Welcome to Bar 20 Arms. Today we're going to talk about trigger pull. We got a RCBS trigger pull gauge. And we're going to try this 308. See what the trigger pull is on this. Oh my gosh! Alright. This actually was only a reenactment of something that happened quite a few years ago. And what happened, I had a rifle down and I was doing a trigger pull test on it, and I had just shot the rifle. I had just put 3 rounds in it and bench tested it, shoot it and shot it. It had a little creep in it. So I pulled the stock off of it and adjusted the trigger appropriately. So I put my gauge on it, and I'm standing right here. Now, when you work on a gun, of course you think you're the best. You know, you're the best, you've checked it. There's no way it can be loaded, you know. You think, well, I'm the best. That only happens to the other idiot. That's not going to happen to this idiot. Well, let me tell you what happened. This particular day, I shot it on the bench, shot pretty good, but it had a little creep in it. Pulled the stock off of it, adjusted it, and I had a Leopold 12 power scope on there, fixed 12 power, real expensive scope on this. So basically I had the action and the barrel action, of course, and the scope laying there. And I put my trigger gauge on it, the old trusty trigger gauge, and done a test on it, and man, it was superb. It was a little under 2 pounds, but you can imagine the surprise when it actually had a round in the chamber. It had a 168 grain Sierra Match King in the chamber, and it went off. And I'm stunned. The gun, the action went that way, and I've got a concrete slab here in the shop, and seeing my gun bounce around on the floor on that Leopold scope was very disheartening. But what happened, the bullet went out and actually hit my stainless steel workbench right here. It went up and hit one of these crowbars, these flat bars, chipped its way through it. And some of the fragments came back, and a couple of them hit me in the arm, went into my toolbox, my beloved toolbox. And you can see at this point probably a lot of the crowbar, which is hardened steel, went in, it fragmented and put a massive hole in my toolbox. This particular drawer happened to be my screwdriver drawer. Well, we dug around and we found some screwdrivers that had went through and chipped the handle on a lot of my screwdrivers. And a lot of them are real rough where the fragments went into them. I can't find any exactly. This one's chipped, but it actually went through a couple of the screwdrivers and went into the back and made a nice little hole in the back drawer, and then went through the back of the toolbox, missed some conduit, went through a 2x4 bracing in the wall, went through Celotex board, and then the OSB on the outside. It kept on traveling, went into, it ricocheted off of another shop building, hit the side, and by then it didn't have a whole lot of energy, and then it went into the woods. Well, I was sick. I mean, I was almost nauseated. I'd never had anything like that. Well, I'll take that back. I was checking a .38 pistol back when I was probably about 18 or 19, and it accidentally discharged in my bedroom, waking my wife, and that didn't make me too proud either. But the whole point of this thing is, you assume that it's unloaded. Check it, and recheck it. Pull the bolt back. Make sure. Look in the chamber. Apparently, I thought that I loaded 3 rounds, but I loaded actually 4 rounds. And I thought the 3rd round was still in the chamber, and I thought that it was fired. So when you do a dry fire, you want something in the chamber to catch the firing pin. So thinking that I already shot it, that this shell was in there, and it was a spent cartridge. It was going to be safe. Well, luckily, no one was injured, no one was hurt. And but it didn't make me too proud of myself. But ever since then, I double, triple check it. When I bring it into the house, I make sure that thing is unloaded. When I work on it, if it's a customer's gun that brings it to me, I make darn sure that thing is unloaded. I check it and recheck it. So this is just to let you know that no matter how good you think you are, it happens to all of us sometimes. So you got to make sure that the thing is unloaded, especially if you have family members around and people around it, because it could be a really bad situation. This turned out not so bad, but next time, you know, may not be so lucky. So the point of this video is just to let you know, please be safe. Thanks for stopping by Bar 20 Arms.